Hey there, Corey Lennox here for Piano with Corey, and today I'm going to give you the key to learning piano keys. Now, I want to make sure you stay till the end of the video because I'm going to be showing you the #1 thing that keeps people from mastering their keys on the keyboard. And it's something most beginners do. This is something you definitely want to avoid, and we'll get into that at the end of the video. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe by clicking the link below. Let's dive over to the piano and let's learn some keys. Alright, I've got the piano keys labeled out here for you. And obviously you could just pull up a diagram on Google of where the piano keys are, but today I want to show you the exact exercise I use to get even 4 and 5-year-olds mastering the layout of the piano, being so comfortable they can find their keys anywhere, right? So we're going to get to that, but for the beginners out there, let's talk about the basics. Okay, the piano is obviously made up of black keys and white keys. Now the black keys alternate in groups of 3, 2, 3, 2, and so on. The white keys are named after the first 7 letters of the alphabet, so A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. So that makes sense, right? And the way we find A is we look for the 3 black keys, and in between the last 2 is A. So if we didn't have that label there, that's how we would find that note. B is right after the 3 black keys, C is right before the 2 black keys, and you'll notice, this is so important, I'm using the black keys to orient myself around the piano and not the white keys. Here's why we do that. The white keys, you'll notice there's 2 places that look exactly the same, B and C, and E and F. Both of these places don't have a black key in between them, so they look kind of similar, and beginners who are trying to use the white keys to find their way around the piano get this area and this area mixed up all the time. So the way we keep it straight is we say, okay, B is after the 3 black keys. E is after the 2 black keys. Right? So if you use the black keys to find your way around, you literally can't get it wrong. C is right before the 2, and F is right before the 3. See what I'm saying? So use the black keys to find your way around. Okay, now for that exercise I promised you. What we're going to do is we're going to take A right here, and we are going to find every other version of A that we can. So I'm going to look for the 3 black keys, find A, and then I'm going to go up, and I'm reaching around the tripod here so it's a little bit awkward, and then we're going to go back down and basically play every A on the entire piano. Then I do the same thing for B, okay, right there after the 3 black keys like we talked about, and I'm going to go up, find all the different Bs, and we're going to just do that for every single key on the piano. Don't skip this step. This is exactly how you learn your way around the piano and become a ninja at finding the different keys. Also, since I know we've got some beginners here, I want you to comment below with your dream piano song. If you could learn any song instantly, what would it be? Now at this point you might be asking, yo Corey, what about the black keys, man? Are you gonna leave me hanging on that? And my answer to you is, no dude, I've got you covered. Let's get into it. The black keys are something called sharps and flats. Let's start with sharps. A sharp just means you're going up from the original note. So if we used A as an example, if I took A and I went up, this black key would be A sharp. Here's, let's pick another one, D. So if I sharp it, if I go up, I get D sharp. How about G? Here's G sharp. Right, so I'm just going up 1 note from my key. Flats, on the other hand, mean we're going down a note. So sharps are up, flats are down. Okay, let's use E as an example. Here's E, if I go down a note, I get E flat right there. Here's D, and then I go down a note to D flat. Okay, so it's not tough, but what confuses some people is you might notice, hey, wait a minute, C sharp and D flat are the same. D sharp and E flat are the same. And what's going on is each of these black keys actually has 2 names. It has a sharp name and a flat name. So if you want to learn more about sharps and flats and why sometimes we might call this C sharp and other times we might call it a D flat, then be sure to check out my scale video. Because not only are you going to learn more about sharps and flats, but that's also the next step. Now that you know your notes, you're going to want to make some scales out of them. Okay, things are happening. We're learning our way around the piano, but there's still one thing that you have to avoid if you ever want to be good at finding your piano keys. Here we go. You know how some people label the piano keys kind of like I just did in this video? Don't do it. You might be thinking as you happily put the little stickers on that, oh, I'm helping myself get the hang of it. This is going to make it a lot easier. But what you're really doing is conditioning yourself to become reliant on having the keys labeled. And then, at some point, you're going to have to take those stickers off, and it's going to feel weird, and you're going to be confused. And basically, all you're doing is adding a step to your learning process. You're making it take longer to learn how to do this. You're making it harder for yourself. And like with everything I teach on my channel, this isn't just me theorizing like, oh, this must be how it works. This is what I see every day with the students I teach. So for my students, I don't think a single one of them has a hard time finding the keys. Even the kids, they all like, that's just not a problem we have. But whenever I have a self-taught student or someone who's coming from another teacher and they let them label the keys, they come in. And inevitably, whenever I see someone having trouble with the keys, I'm like, did you label them at home? And they're like, yeah, and now it's really weird to not have the labels. I'm not sure what I'm doing. I'm like, exactly. That's why you don't do that. First thing I want you to do when you get home is take those labels off. So if you have put the labels on, take them off. If you haven't done that yet, don't ever do it. You're just making it harder on yourself. So I get pretty hype about this because I just don't want people to sabotage their own efforts at learning this instrument. This isn't one of the hard parts. This is something even little kids can get just by using that exercise I showed you. There are hard things to do on piano, but this isn't one of them, so don't make it tougher than it has to be. So if you made it this far, thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, share this video with a friend, and drop a comment below. Until next time, this is Corey Lennox for Piano with Corey. Piano on.